Hello, and I'd like to welcome you all once again to the old schoolhouse here in the village of Butterstone in Perthshire in Scotland for this, our 23rd Wee Live concert broadcast. And for those of you who've been following the shows over the last 6 weeks, you'll notice that the stage is a wee bit crowded tonight, and I just couldn't. The young Tatty Bogles have been pestering me for days now to get up and sing a wee bit of harmony, so I couldn't put them off anymore. So they have to behave themselves. Anyway, for those of you who just joined us and wondering about all these Tatty Bogle things, but you had to go back and look at some of the other videos to find out the kind of the strand of the story. But for those of you who've just joined us, this is the old village school in Butterstone where all the rural kids would have gone. It's a wee village, 10 houses, and mainly folk working on the land around here. And this is where I went to school, and my dad went to school in this building in the 1930s. And we're very lucky to have it. It's a wonderful old building. And the school was closed in the 1960s, and I was able to buy it and turn it into a recording studio. And I've made all my records here. So it's a brilliant thing to be able to broadcast these shows from here. Anyway, this will be my 23rd show, and I've been trying not to repeat myself. So I haven't repeated myself except for maybe a couple of times of a particular song which I had to do. And it gets harder and harder and harder as we get further down the line, and I'm digging deep into my kind of catalogue of songs that I've written over the years. Anyway, I'll try this one, which has got a wee bit of a weird kind of part, but it's a kind of a wee universal song, and we'll just have a wee go at it and see how we go on. Is the farmer, and he turns our tired soil and watches as the water once so cool is brought up to the boil. His tired eyes from relentless seasons burn, hold him to his every word, and all the things still left undone. Look now, there's another page, another story. Look now, there's another reason why it's hard to rest in peace. And he is the sailor, and he rolls on 7 seas, and we know he won't let go the storm has brought him to his knees. He'll keep on searching until all the shoals have gone. There's not one single dream he can sail the ship upon. Now there's another page, another story. Look now, there's another reason why it's hard to rest in peace. the honest man, and we all know how he's been. We all know his story and we've seen it on the silver screen. And though his wisdom, oh, we barely try to save, his memory, it lingers, oh, and it will haunt us to the grave. Look now, there's another page, another story. Look now, there's another reason why it's hard to rest in peace. Thank you very much, and that was my wee old song, so a very number of years old, that called Another Story. It was just a wee universal song about stuff. And I'm going to continue with this song, and this is another one of my angry songs. And to get another guitar here. And I use lots of different guitar tunings, so it's nice to have the guitars kind of all kind of ready in tune in the tunings. And I don't know if these are my kind of working guitars. They're made by a Glasgow guitar maker called Jimmy Moon, who makes wonderful guitars. And I used to use a lot of American guitars, you know, the usual kind of Martins and Taylors and things like that, you know. And then I wanted a Scottish guitar, so I went to Jimmy, and he designed this wee guitar. It's my signature guitar. And we've also put a little, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but there's a little Pictish silver brooch fitted in there that was made by Ortac, the lovely jewellers up in Orkney. And they fitted these beautiful little, these are little symbols that are on all the Scottish standing stones. And I love them because nobody knows what they mean. They mean something, but then nobody knows what they mean. And sort of in a time when there's no mystery to anything, I love the mystery attached to these symbols. Anyway, this is a song. I grew up in the country. I spent most of my time, you know, wandering the woods and fields and things like that here. And I've always been incredibly in awe of nature, you know. It's an amazing thing, and it's particularly when you grow up in it as a wee boy, you're kind of very in tune with it all, you know. And this song came out of that because it seemed to me that there was a lot of corporate stuff that just wasn't aware of the sheer majesty of nature, and how irrelevant everything is when you're out in the middle of it all. You know how irrelevant a lot of man-made things are. So we'll try to see how we go on. Well, yeah, I better put my mic on, and so we'll try. They come from a dark place where the sun can never shine. They look with a hard face, so chilled and serpentine. They watch from the skyline for your confidence to thin. Paint away all the dangers they hope you'll stumble in. But out here, no, they don't mean anything. Out here they're disgraceful. Way out here, no, they don't mean anything. Out here they're disgraceful. Words that confuse you and spin your head around. Actions that abuse you and pin you to the ground. Degraded values that no one wants to know. Oh, the price is endless, but they will not let it show. But out here, no, they don't mean anything. Out here they're disgraceful. Way out here, no, they don't mean anything. Out here they're disgraceful. Out here where creation roars. Out here where the curlew sings, the buzzard cries and the eagle soars. Holding the weight of the fools we have been, the fools we have been. They come from a dark place where the sun can never shine. They look with a hard face, so chilled and serpentine. They watch from the skylines for your confidence to thin. Paint away all the dangers, they hope you'll stumble in. But out here, no, they don't mean anything. Out here they're disgraceful. Way out here, no, they don't mean anything. Out there they're disgraceful. You can sing this bit. Ooh, way out here, they don't mean anything. I've got myself confused. They don't mean any. They come from a dark place where the sun can never shine. They look with a hard face, so chilled and serpentine. They watch from the skyline, the confidence too thin. Take away all the dangers, they hope you'll stumble in. You can sing this bit. But out here, no, they don't mean anything. Out here they're disgraceful. Way out here, no, they don't mean anything. Out here they're disgraceful. That's my. So thank you very much. By the way, I'm assuming that you're clapping in front of your computers and your laptops and your cell phones and your wherever you're listening to this. That was my song "Disgraceful" with a little bit of scat improvisation in the middle of it, which completely threw me. But yeah, it's. I'm going to do this song now, and this is this. For guitar players, that was in D tuning that, and this is just the normal. This one, and this is. I was very lucky when I was young. We had a folk club in Blairgowrie. Blairgowrie is a little town about 8 miles from here, and a gentleman called Dennis Malloy, actually, who is now our provost in Perth, he started a folk club in Blairgowrie in the Angus Hotel, and we all used to go there. There was a wee bunch of us from high school. We used to go there and listen to some great stuff, and that's where we all started to play. And then eventually Dennis gave up the folk club, and me and Andy M. Stewart and Martin Haddon, who were in Surrey Wizard, and my late dear friend Ewan Sutherland, we ran the folk club, and it was brilliant. And so we met all these people, and then we used to head off to these festivals at weekends. And I remember going and borrowing Martin's father's Ford Anglia and driving. And if you've any idea the journey on the old roads from here to Thurso, where the festival was, incredible. But these festivals this would be in the kind of early 70s, and but they were great because there was very little instrumental music. It was all kind of singing, you know. And I remember this particular song. It's a traditional song, and it's a lovely song. And I remember it being sung in bars up at the festivals, and you'd maybe have 50 people all singing the chorus of it, and just it was a fantastic way to hear music, and so this is where I get you to sing the chorus, and this is an easy wee chorus. You're just going to sing the last line. I'll let you hear it as we get through it, and as we go through it, I'll talk you through the chorus, but it's just the last line. It's called Loving Hannah. I went to church on Sunday. My love, she passed me by. I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye. I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. So that's the last line. I think I might put it up one. It's a wee bit low there. So it's the last line you sing. By the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye, I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. Maybe we'll do that again. By the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye, I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. Now Hannah, she is clever, and her waist is thin and small, and she is so good looking. Oh, and that's the best of all, and that's the best of all, and that's the best of all. And she is so good looking. Oh, and that's the best of all. Oh, Hannah, loving Hannah, come give to me your hand. You said that if you'd marry, oh, that I would be the one. line you sing? That I would be the one, that I would be the one. You said that if you'd marry, oh, that I would be the one. I'll go down to the river when everyone's asleep. I'll think on loving Hannah, oh, and then sit down and weep, and then sit down and weep, and then sit down and weep. I'll think on loving Hannah, oh, and then sit down and weep. I went to church on Sunday. My love, she passed me by. I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye. I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. Do you want to try and sing that one on your own? See how much noise you can make across the globe? Here we go. By the road. Beautiful. Very beautiful. I've got in the vibe here in Boston, I can hear it. By the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye, I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. Thank you very much. That's a beautiful tradition. I think it's a northeast song from around Aberdeenshire somewhere. It's got that lovely kind of, but it's a fantastic, fantastic song. And when you heard 50 people in a bar all belting it out, just belting out these choruses, you know, without any instruments, with no instruments at all, just totally unaccompanied, it absolutely put the hairs up on the back of your neck. Anyway, I'm going to finish now with this wee song, and let me change the guitar here, and a few minutes ago I just saw Duncan Tattyface looking in the window, looking really peeved off because all the whole family are up on the stage here and he's out in the garden looking after the chickens. He's a bit scary. He was telling me actually that he's, you know, I caught him looking at my Facebook page, and he goes, "How come my photographs get no likes?" You know, and I have to say to him, "Well, look, you're a tatty bogle. You're supposed to be frightening. You know, no wonder you don't get any likes on Facebook when your picture's shown." And maybe this lockdown is having a wee bit of an effect on me. I don't know. But, anyway, this is a song. I wrote this for my father, actually, and it came after when he was alive. I did a TV documentary, a wee TV program called The Land, and we were up in Tinnill, up in Caddery, where my grandfather had sort of grown up, and the old house was still there. no, but a ruined house, you know. And so one of the shots I wanted to get my father to do was just to sort of come to the door of the house, light his pipe, and then walk down to the shore, down to the sea. And of course, with a film crew, you know the way the clouds are and the light is and everything. You've got to do it quite a number of times, and it was like, you know, take 5, you know, take 6. And so Dad would come out and he'd light his pipe, and then he'd walk away down to the shore. But when we got back to Glasgow to the editing suite, I was fascinated because I watched each take, and every time he came to the door and he lit his pipe, he looked up and kind of scanned the sky. And we thought, well, you just did that once. But every single time, it was an automatic reaction for him when he came out of the cottage. The first thing you do is, it's obvious, the first thing you do is you look at the sky to see what the weather's going to be that day, and that decides what you're going to do on the land, if you're going to do this or do that. And thinking sailing, it's called the weather eye. And it's exactly the same thing. So I wrote this wee song for a wee project we had. And I'm going to do it now, which I don't think I've ever performed it. Maybe apart from when I did the shows with the... So, just throw caution to the wind and we'll dive in here and see what happens. He stands the open door. He's greeted by the dawn. An eager look upon his face. Now the drain of sleep has gone. He walks across the fields. His senses search the air. Another new day revealed. Life's reflections everywhere. And at a glance, a weather eye search across the morning sky for signs to lift and lead us. What brings our destiny today? Here so close and far away. It's all in the believing. The wind makes a gentle change. He feels it through his hair. All of nature acting strange. Warning songs fill full the air. The clouds, they gather strong over Benacali Hill, tumbling like they don't belong. Birches standing stark and still. But at a glance, the heather eye search across the morning sky. Signs to lift and lead us. What brings our destiny today? Here so close and far away. It's all in the believing. He stands the open door. He's greeted by the dawn. An eagle look upon his face. Now the mist of sleep has gone. And he walks across the field. His senses search the air. Another new day revealed. Life's reflections everywhere. At a glance, the weather eye search across the What brings our destiny today? Here so close and far away. It's all in the believing. At a glance of weather I search across the morning sky for signs to lift and lead us. What brings our destiny today? Here so close and far away. It's all in the believing. Thank you very much. And that's my song about my dad, about having the weather eye, which it was amazing. You know, he worked on the land, and eventually, you know, he could tell. You know, we've lost that skill of being able to kind of look at the sky and tell what the weather's going to be. But people of my father's generation, particularly people who worked on the land, they could tell by just looking at the sky and by smelling the air. They could tell exactly what kind of day it was going to be, and they would plan their work and what they were going to do appropriately. So now we're going to do a wee bonus thing here, just because a couple of nights ago, Jenny came and played a bit of piano with me. I played a couple of fiddle tunes, and Jenny came up and played a bit of piano. And but she's got a lot to do up there. There's only me and Jenny in the whole building, and we have a kind of automated camera system, which my clever son set up for me. Before lockdown, luckily, he set it up. But she's still got to press a few buttons in here and there. And so she came down to play the piano and forgot to unmute the button that lets you hear the piano. So she was mortified, so she wants to do it again. So we're going to try these two wee tunes. No, I wanted her to do it again because it's a shame. I'm going to get my fiddle, and this is it's a wee march called The Conundrum. We're doing the same couple of tunes. A wee march called The Conundrum, which was written by the grandfather of a dear friend of ours called Gina. And then a tune that I wrote myself called The Reef Raiders, which was a wee tune I wrote for the memorial. They built a memorial up in the island of Lewis for the Reef Raiders, which were the kind of land raiders, you know, that took the land back from during the clearances. There was a lot of sheep farmers were given the land, and the Reef Raiders, they chased the sheep off the land, and eventually the Crofters Commission, the Crofters Act was passed, and they all got croft. So let's have a wee go at it, and. Okay. Fingers crossed. Okay. So, yeah, we better get this. Okay, so you can have a wee dance. Yeah. Reverb on. Mrs. MacLean, I think she should come up. She's got a couple of buttons to press. Well done, Mrs. MacLean. Well done, Jenny. I think you should come up and have a wee bow, having successfully come up and give a wee bow to show that you really were there, and that it wasn't an automated piano. It wasn't Duncan Tattyface playing the piano. Have a bow. Okay. That's it. So that brings us to the end of another crazy wee live concert here in the old schoolhouse in Butterstone. And this is the point where I like to just kind of thank all the people, all the care workers, all the national health workers, all the people that are out at the sharp end for us all. You know, our postie, our bin men, our teachers, our social workers, all the people that are there out. We're all kind of locked up in this. We're all locked up in. I haven't been past my gate for 6 weeks now. In fact, I think I've forgotten how to drive my car. Anyway, I would be a liability now. I'll have to go back and sort of practice up in the wee car park up there before I take it out on the main road. Yeah. So and all we've got a wee team. You know, my Jamie and Tanya, and Lewis and Callum are down in their place and they're monitoring it, and Julia and Taj are also monitoring it for us and doing stuff. So thank them very much as well, because they've been doing it for the 23 nights as well, which is amazing. And yeah, I hope you're all looking after each other. And then, you know, I know it's getting harder as the time goes on, the whole kind of lockdown thing. You know, but it'll be worth it in the end for everybody. And so thank you very much, and you all take care. And oh, by the way, those of you who were worried that I'd finished the other bottle of 1985 port, which somebody must have been counting the glasses I was drinking since the last bottle, and I had finished it, and I was in a wee bit of a nervous position. But then, lo and behold, just before tea time tonight, Nigel arrived with another bottle of 1985 port. So thank you very much, Nigel, for the third bottle of 1985 port, which has kept me going through this whole thing. And Nigel's a good pal. So Nigel and Beverly. So here we'll have a wee toast to everybody, and you all take care. And we'll see you now on this is will be the 24th one, which will be on Wednesday night at same time, same place, and I'll see you then. And Aikava, you all take care, and thanks, Nigel.